I'm telling you, man, this marriage is a joke. She's not even close to my level. I'll give it another year, tops. They laughed. Loud, careless laughter that echoed down the hall, until I stepped in, smiling like I hadn't just had my heart split open. Why wait a year, Adam? Let's end it today. The room froze. His poker buddies, Noah, Ryan, and Chase, suddenly found their chips fascinating. Adam's grin vanished. Emma, sweetheart, that's not what it sounded like. Oh, I think it's exactly what it sounded like. I set my coffee mug down on the counter, every motion deliberate. Our marriage is a joke. I'm beneath you. You're already setting an expiration date. Seems pretty clear to me. Noah stood abruptly. Maybe we should head out. Oh, don't leave on my account, I said sweetly, blocking the door. We're just getting to the fun part. Adam's face went pale. Emma, let's talk about this privately. Why? Privacy wasn't an issue 5 minutes ago. I turned to his friends with a tight smile. Did you guys know Adam thinks I'm too stupid to handle our money? Says he has to manage it all himself because I'd mess it up. Chase shifted uncomfortably. Hey, that's between you two. The funny thing, I said, still calm, is that I've been managing my own investments for years. Separate account. Different bank. 60,000 grew into almost 400,000. Ryan dropped his poker chip. Adam blinked like I'd slapped him. Turns out, I added, I'm pretty good at recognizing a winning hand. His jaw tightened. You never told me. Just like you never told me about a lot of things, Adam. I picked up my mug and started up the stairs. I'll be talking to my lawyer tomorrow. Try not to lose too much money tonight. The front door slammed behind his friends, and seconds later, Adam's footsteps thundered up after me. Emma, wait, we need to talk about this. Talk. Like how you talked about me downstairs. Or like how you talked to the woman you've been texting at midnight. His face drained of color. What are you talking about? I'm talking about finding you a new place to live, I said, locking the bedroom door behind me. Because you're right, Adam. This marriage is a joke. The punchline is that I believed it was real. That night, I felt something I hadn't in years, freedom. At midnight, my phone buzzed. A text from Noah. Noah, Emma, we need to talk. There's something about Adam you should know. Coffee shop on Main at 10 a.m. Trust me, this is important. I didn't sleep. The next morning, Noah was already there, 2 mugs of coffee waiting. Colombian dark roast, splash of cream, he said softly. Still your favorite? Cut to it, Noah. He exhaled, rubbing the back of his neck. After you went upstairs, Adam called me. He's freaking out about the divorce, and about your investments. What about them? He's been tracking your finances for a while. Hired a PI 18 months ago, credit reports, spending habits, everything. My stomach dropped. That's illegal. Technically, he has partial access as your spouse, Noah said quietly. But it's worse. He's been planning to divorce you for 2 years. He wanted to time it so he could take half your assets. He turned his phone toward me, texts between him and Adam. Adam, found Emma's account. Almost 300K. Need to figure out how to get half before filing. Noah, that's her money, man. Adam, community property. I just need to time it right. I kept scrolling, message after message about me. My work schedule. My moods. Even comments about when I was emotional. Noah's voice cracked. He's been calling you unstable, Emma. Says you forget things. That you're making bad financial decisions. Why? He's trying to build a case for conservatorship. He's working with a lawyer to have you declared mentally unfit so he can control your assets. The world tilted. He wants to have me committed. Noah nodded. He's been keeping records, photos of your notes, recordings of your calls, anything that makes you look confused. I stared at him. And you knew. He looked broken. I told myself it was just talk. But after last night, I can't stay quiet anymore. I pulled out my phone, typing rapidly. You're going to keep being his friend, Noah. Keep him talking. I need information, names, dates, everything. You want me to spy on him? I want you to help me protect myself from a man who's been trying to destroy me. Noah hesitated, then nodded. What are you going to do? Exactly what he's been doing, document everything. Only I'll find real evidence. I showed him my banking app. He's been transferring $3,000 a month to a hidden account for a year. Says it's for taxes, but our taxes are automatic. That's $36,000 gone. Noah's eyes widened. Jesus, Emma. I smiled tightly. He calls me stupid. Let's see how stupid I look in court. My phone buzzed. Adam. Adam, where are you? We need to talk about last night. What would the old Emma do? Noah asked. Apologize. Try to fix things. And the new Emma? I typed, I'm busy. My lawyer says not to speak to you without legal representation present. His reply was instant. Lawyer? Don't be ridiculous. We can fix this. I typed back, like you fixed those 3 affairs. The call came seconds later. I put it on speaker. Emma, what the hell is this? Who told you that? You're overreacting. Am I? You're being paranoid, just like I said. You're not thinking clearly. There it is, I said, smiling coldly. Your favorite line. You're not thinking clearly. Emma, please. Goodbye, Adam. I hung up. Noah stared at me. You're terrifying when you're calm. Good. He should be terrified. I grabbed my purse. Where are you going? To move my money, hire a PI, and start rebuilding my life somewhere safe. And if he tries to have you declared unstable? I looked back at him. Then he'll learn what real evidence looks like. When I stepped out of the cafe, the air felt different, cleaner. Lighter. Adam thought our marriage was a joke. He's about to find out what happens when the punchline fights back. The knock on Anna's, no, Sophia's, door was soft but urgent. When she opened it and saw my face, she didn't even ask. She just handed me a glass of wine and said, "Start talking." I sank onto her couch, every muscle trembling. He called our marriage a joke in front of his friends, I said flatly. And now I know why. He's been planning to divorce me for 2 years while hiding money. And apparently, he's been collecting evidence to have me declared mentally unstable. Sophia's wine nearly went down the wrong way. I'm sorry, what? According to Noah, he's been documenting every time I seem tired or forgetful. Recording calls. Taking photos. He's trying to build a case to control everything I've worked for. That's not just toxic, Emma. That's criminal. I know. I took another sip, forcing calm into my voice. That's why I hired a private investigator today. His name's Marcus Reed. Ex-detective. He's going to track Adam's hidden accounts. Sophia leaned forward, her eyes gleaming with pride and fury. You're not wasting time. Can't afford to. Marcus needed $2,000 up front, but it's worth it if he finds where Adam's been funneling money. She was quiet for a moment, then asked softly, "Why didn't you tell me sooner how bad it was?" Because admitting it would mean admitting I stayed too long, I said. That I ignored all the signs. Or it means you still believed he could change, she said gently. My phone started buzzing on the coffee table. Adam, again. His name flashing across the screen felt like a warning light. Answer it, Sophia whispered. Put it on speaker. I want to hear what lies sound like tonight. I hit accept. What do you want, Adam? Emma, he said, his voice thick with rehearsed worry. Thank God. I've been sick thinking about you. Where are you? I'm fine, I said coolly. Why are you calling? I want to apologize for last night. What I said was wrong, and I'm sorry. But running away isn't the answer. I didn't run. I left. Emma, listen to yourself. This isn't you. You're being emotional. I know you. You don't make decisions like this. Maybe you don't know me as well as you think. I know you better than anyone, he said softly. And I know when you're acting out of confusion instead of reason, like this nonsense about hidden money and affairs. 3 affairs, Adam. My tone was sharp enough to cut glass. 3. Silence. Who told you that? Doesn't matter. It's true, isn't it? People make mistakes, he said quickly. Marriage is complicated. That's not a mistake. That's a strategy. You're twisting things again, he snapped. You're not yourself. I've noticed the forgetfulness, the confusion. Sophia scribbled on a notepad and held it up, gaslighting you. Classic. Funny, I said, because I've been sharp enough to notice the $3,000 you transfer every month to an account I can't access. He hesitated. I don't know what you're talking about. Bank records don't lie, Adam. You do. Emma, he said in that syrupy tone he used when he wanted control. You need help. This paranoia, it's not you. I've already spoken to Dr. Patterson. He agrees you should come in. You called our doctor. He's worried too. We just want what's best for you. I laughed, a cold, humorless sound. You mean what's best for your financial portfolio? I'm coming to get you, he said suddenly, panic seeping into his voice. We're going to fix this. You're not coming anywhere near me, I said and ended the call. Sophia whistled. He's playing this like a pro manipulator. Because he is one, I said. And if I file first, I control the narrative. That's why he's desperate to drag me home, to make it look like he's the victim. Sophia frowned at a new text lighting up my phone. Emma, I know you're at Sophia's. I'm driving there tonight. We're going to fix this. Her voice dropped. How the hell does he know you're here? Maybe the same way he's been tracking my finances. Can he track your phone? If we share a plan, probably. I powered it off instantly. I'm being paranoid, I muttered. Sophia shook her head. After everything he's done. You're not paranoid enough. She glanced at the clock. He'll be here by 9. I need to leave, I said, already grabbing my bag. If he shows up, call the police. Tell them your sister's estranged husband is harassing you during a divorce. Sophia hugged me tight. Emma, please be careful. If he's this desperate, he's dangerous. I know, I said quietly. That's why I'm staying 3 steps ahead. The Haven Inn on the outskirts of Portland was nondescript, perfect. I paid cash, used Sophia's maiden name, parked my car 3 blocks away. I'd spent years thinking Adam's paranoia was contagious. Turns out, it was preparation. When I turned my phone back on 6 hours later, it exploded with missed calls and messages. 14 from Adam, 7 from Noah, 3 unknown numbers, 22 texts. Adam, Emma, please call me. I'm worried. Adam, where are you staying? I just want to make sure you're safe. Adam, Dr. Patterson thinks you're having a breakdown. Please get help. That one made my blood boil. Noah, Emma, call me. Adam's freaking out. He's saying you've disappeared. He's talking about a missing person report. Noah, he's calling people saying you're unstable. You need to hear what he's doing. I dialed Noah immediately. Emma, thank God, he said, voice low. You okay? Fine. What's going on? Adam went to your house tonight with Ryan and Chase. Told them you'd been acting erratic, said you might hurt yourself. He's laying the groundwork, Emma, telling everyone you're mentally unstable. My stomach turned. And they believed him. Ryan did. Chase is on the fence. Adam's persuasive. He even showed them screenshots of your texts from earlier, saying they didn't sound like you. Because I finally stopped apologizing, I muttered. There's more. He called your job. My blood froze. He what? He told your principal you're dealing with a medical issue, that you're stressed and might need leave. He's painting you as unwell to everyone who knows you. He's good at this, I said numbly. He's also fast, Noah added. He's already hired a lawyer. Not a divorce attorney, a conservatorship specialist. He's trying to take legal control of me, I whispered. Exactly. He said he's got documentation, photos, recordings, even your hospital visit from when you had those dizzy spells. He told the doctors you were confused at home, Emma. It's in your file. Everything clicked into place like a puzzle I wished I'd never seen. He's been setting this up for over a year. What do you want me to do? Noah asked. Play along, I said. He's going to ask you for help soon, probably to find me or support his case. Say yes. But record everything. Every word. You want me to spy on him? I want proof. He's already been spying on me. Noah hesitated. Emma, this is dangerous. Adam started the danger, I said. I'm just done pretending I don't see it. After we hung up, I opened my notebook and began writing, every manipulation, every time he'd made me doubt myself, every word he'd ever used to make me feel small. If Adam wanted to play the evidence game, he was about to meet someone who could play it better. Because the old Emma would have apologized. The new Emma was ready for war. The new Emma was about to become the most organized, well-documented woman in Oregon. Adam thought she was losing her mind. Time to show him what a sharp one could really do. Marcus Reed's office looked exactly like a scene from an old detective movie, crowded filing cabinets, the desk buried under paperwork, and the smell of too much coffee. But Marcus himself didn't fit the part. He was younger than she expected, with calm eyes and an almost military-level sense of order. Mrs. Miller, he said, motioning toward a chair. Your husband's been a very busy man. Good busy or bad busy? Marcus smirked. Depends on who you ask. For you? It's very good news. He opened a folder thick with papers. Let's start with the money trail. Emma's heart pounded as Marcus spread out several bank statements. Adam's been moving money into 3 different accounts for the past 18 months. 2 are under his name at Northwest Credit Union. The 3rd is a joint account with someone named Melissa Crawford. The girlfriend, Emma said flatly. Marcus nodded. Total transfers, $54,000. Emma stared at the numbers. That's more than Noah thought. It gets worse, or better, depending on how you look at it, Marcus said, sliding another page forward. Adam's been using that joint account to pay for a condo in southeast Portland. He and Melissa signed a 6-month lease 3 months ago. According to the neighbors, he's there most weekends. Emma clenched her fists. All those late nights at work. There's more, Marcus said. He's been documenting your behavior, yes, but also his own. Apparently, the guy's got a thing for proof. He opened his laptop. A Facebook profile appeared on screen, Adam using his middle name. Photos filled the feed, Adam and Melissa hiking, dining, laughing by the coast. The timestamps, Marcus said. They match every weekend he said he was on business trips. Emma felt her stomach twist. He was documenting his affair while telling people I was unstable. It gets dumber, Marcus said. 6 months ago, he posted this. The post showed Adam and Melissa in a fancy restaurant. The caption read, "Finally free to be myself. Life's too short to waste on people who don't understand you." 6 months ago, Marcus repeated. That's when he started pushing you to see a doctor about memory problems. Emma shook her head, half in disbelief. He's setting up a timeline. Marcus nodded. And his attorney's in on it. He's been consulting with a lawyer about filing for conservatorship, 3 months now. I pulled copies of their email exchanges. Emma blinked. How? Marcus grinned. Adam's password security is laughable. He uses the same login everywhere. Melissa's Wi-Fi password was literally, password 123. Emma read the printed emails, bile rising in her throat. Subject, conservatorship process for unstable spouse. Adam, my wife's becoming more erratic. She accused me of hiding money and threatened divorce. How quickly can we move? Attorney, given your evidence, we can file emergency conservatorship within 72 hours of a triggering incident. Document everything. Once filed, her assets will be frozen. Emma looked up, trembling. They've been planning this for months. Marcus nodded grimly. But here's the fun part, Adam lied to his lawyer about your finances. He told him you've got about 50,000 in total accounts. Emma blinked. He doesn't know about the investment portfolio. Exactly. That account's worth almost 400 grand now. So when he files, he'll be lying to the court about your assets. That alone could tank his credibility. Emma exhaled slowly. So what do we do? You've got 2 paths, Marcus said. File for divorce now and hit him with all this, or wait until he files for conservatorship and destroy him in court. Emma's lips curved into something between a smile and a snarl. Let him file first. Let's see how he likes it when the trap closes. Marcus nodded. Then we document everything. He wants you to look unstable, let's give him exactly what he wants to see. For 3 days, Emma played the role. She sent confused texts, misplaced bills, called Noah twice with the same question. Marcus watched from the sidelines, gathering evidence while Adam's arrogance grew. Then the call came. Emma, Marcus said, voice sharp. You need to get somewhere safe. Adam filed this morning. Emma froze in her Salem hotel room. Already? He filed for emergency conservatorship. Claims you made suicidal threats and said you were giving away money to strangers. Emma's heart stopped. That's insane. I know. But he listed Noah as a witness to your supposed breakdown. Noah would never. Adam told him you called crying and said you couldn't go on. He's twisting your words. Emma felt rage replace fear. So what now? You have 48 hours to respond. Preliminary hearing Friday. If the judge grants temporary conservatorship, your accounts get frozen and you'll be ordered to psychiatric evaluation. Emma paced. Then we stop it. All of it. That night, she met with Patricia Morrison, a sharp-tongued family law attorney Sophia had recommended. Patricia flipped through Marcus's files with visible disbelief. This, she said, is one of the clearest cases of fraud and coercive control I've ever seen. We're filing a counterpetition today, fraud charges, emergency asset protection, and a motion for contempt. Will it hold? Emma asked. Adam's own evidence will bury him. He documented his affair, the hidden money, the witness tampering, everything. And we've got recordings from Noah proving he coached witnesses. Emma blinked. Noah recorded him. He was uncomfortable with the lies Adam wanted him to tell. So yes, we've got audio. Clear as day. Patricia leaned forward. I need to know, Emma. Are you prepared for Adam to lose everything? His career, his reputation, possibly his freedom. Emma thought of the laughter Adam shared with Melissa while convincing everyone she was crazy. She thought of the months he spent planning to steal her life. I'm prepared for justice, she said. Patricia smiled. Good. Then let's make him regret underestimating you. Friday morning, the courthouse air was cold and sharp. Emma stood outside watching Adam climb the steps, phone in hand, smug confidence radiating off him. He had no idea what was coming. Patricia touched her shoulder. Ready? More than ever. They entered the courtroom at 9 sharp. Adam sat with his lawyer, Richard Steinberg, whispering hurriedly. Noah sat behind them, pale, eyes on the floor. When Adam turned and saw Emma walking in, his expression shifted, relief, confusion, then pure panic. Your Honor, Patricia began smoothly, Patricia Morrison representing Emma Miller in opposition to the conservatorship petition. Judge Sarachan frowned. I was told Mrs. Miller was missing and potentially incapacitated. As you can see, Patricia said, she's very much present, and more competent than anyone in this room. In fact, we're filing multiple motions today, including fraud and perjury charges against Mr. Miller. Richard Steinberg jumped up. Your Honor, this is irrelevant to the emergency petition. Patricia didn't flinch. On the contrary, Your Honor. The entire petition is built on fabricated evidence and false testimony. We have documentation proving Mr. Miller's deceit, recordings of him coaching witnesses, and financial records showing months of fraud. The judge turned to Adam. Mr. Miller, is that true? Adam's mouth opened and closed, his lawyer whispering furiously beside him. Patricia laid the stack of files on the table with a quiet thud. Your Honor, my client's only instability is the one her husband manufactured. We're asking for immediate dismissal, and sanctions against Mr. Miller for abuse of process. Adam's color drained. For the first time in 15 years, he had no words. Emma just smiled. For the first time in her life, she wasn't the one being gaslit. She was the one holding the match. Judge Sarachan adjusted her glasses and glanced at the thick stack of documents before her. Ms. Morrison, she said, her tone cool but focused. These are serious allegations. What evidence do you have to support them? Patricia Morrison, composed and unshaken, opened her leather briefcase and pulled out 3 heavy binders. Your Honor, we have phone records, email correspondence, bank transfers, and audio recordings. Together, they prove that Mr. Adam Miller fabricated evidence, manipulated witnesses, and attempted to defraud his wife, Emma Miller. The courtroom fell silent. Patricia handed one binder to Judge Chen and another to Adam's attorney, Richard Steinberg. Adam leaned over, trying to read, but Richard quietly angled the papers away. Let's begin with Exhibit A, Patricia continued smoothly. Emails between Mr. Miller and his attorney, discussing how to expedite a conservatorship to freeze Emma Miller's assets ahead of a divorce filing. Judge Chen scanned the emails, her frown deepening. Mr. Steinberg, did your client inform you of his intent to file for divorce? Richard cleared his throat. No, Your Honor. Did he tell you that his wife has investment accounts totaling nearly $400,000? Richard shifted uncomfortably. He stated her assets were approximately $50,000. Patricia gave a calm, cutting smile. Your Honor, it appears Mr. Miller was deceiving not only his wife but also his own attorney, all while constructing a false narrative to gain control of her estate. Adam finally broke his silence. Your Honor, I can explain. Mr. Miller, Judge Chen interrupted sharply. You will remain silent unless addressed. Patricia opened the second binder. Exhibit B, call logs showing Mr. Miller contacted 14 different acquaintances over 3 months, asking leading questions designed to cast doubt on his wife's mental stability. She turned another page. Exhibit C, proof of Mr. Miller's extramarital affair, including records of funds diverted from joint accounts to support his girlfriend. Adam's face flushed red. Richard rubbed his temples. And finally, Patricia said, her voice calm but razor-sharp, Exhibit D, audio recordings of Mr. Miller coaching his primary witness, Noah Bennett, on how to lie under oath. The judge's eyes snapped up. Audio recordings? Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Bennett was uncomfortable with what he was asked to do. He recorded every conversation. Judge Chen turned toward the gallery. Mr. Bennett, please approach the bench. Noah rose slowly, his face pale but steady. Adam glared at him, disbelief written all over his expression. Mr. Bennett, Judge Chen said, did Mr. Miller instruct you to provide false testimony? Noah's voice was clear. Yes, Your Honor. He told me to say Emma was suicidal and giving away her money. None of it was true. I recorded everything. The room went completely still. Judge Chen looked at Adam. Mr. Miller, this court dismisses your conservatorship petition immediately. Furthermore, I am referring this matter to the district attorney for potential fraud and perjury charges. Adam's composure shattered. This is insane. Emma's unstable, she disappeared for a week. Judge Chen's gaze turned to ice. Based on what I've seen, the only instability here is yours. You attempted to defraud your wife, tampered with witnesses, and lied under oath. Patricia stepped forward. Your Honor, we're also filing for emergency asset protection and requesting a restraining order. Granted, Judge Chen said firmly, banging her gavel. Mr. Miller, you are to remain 500 feet from your wife at all times. Violation will result in immediate arrest. When the courtroom emptied, Adam sat frozen, face drained of color. Richard quietly packed his briefcase, avoiding eye contact. Outside, Noah approached Emma. I'm sorry, he said softly. I couldn't lie anymore. Emma managed a tired smile. You did the right thing. You saved me. Patricia joined them, her tone brisk but kind. Adam will be arrested within hours. Are you ready for that? Emma thought of Adam's smug face that morning, and his silence when the evidence landed like a hammer. After everything he's done, she said quietly, I'm ready for anything. That evening, as she ate dinner with Sophia, Patricia called. It's done, she said. Adam was taken into custody an hour ago. Charges include attempted fraud, perjury, and witness tampering. How do you feel? Sophia asked gently. Emma stared at her cooling tea. Honestly? Empty. I thought I'd feel victorious. But mostly, I'm just exhausted. That's normal, Sophia said. You've been fighting for your life. Emma's phone buzzed with a new message. Unknown number. Melissa Carter, Emma, it's Melissa. Can we talk? I found something you need to see. Sophia frowned. The girlfriend? Apparently, Emma said. She wants to meet. The next afternoon, Emma met Melissa in a quiet coffee shop downtown. The woman looked nothing like her social media photos, drawn, pale, and deeply ashamed. Thank you for coming, Melissa said, her voice shaking. I know I don't deserve it. Emma sat down. What do you have for me? Melissa slid a manila folder across the table. I found this in Adam's things at the condo. It's labeled Project Emma. Inside were dozens of emails, photos, and a handwritten timeline. The first entry read, "Begin documenting Emma's behavior. Research conservatorship laws." The next, "Initiate affair as exit plan." And finally, "File conservatorship. Transfer assets. Move out of state." Emma felt her stomach turn. This was all planned. Melissa nodded, tears streaming. "He told me you were divorced. That you were dangerous. That you had 2 teenage kids struggling with your illness." "We don't have children," Emma said flatly. "I know that now. He showed me fake medical records, doctor's notes, even prescription bottles with your name on them. I believed him." Emma studied her face. "Why are you helping me?" "Because he lied to me, too," Melissa whispered. "He said he was spending $3,000 a month on your treatment. Turns out, he was stealing from both of us." The 2 women sat in silence, 2 strangers bound by one man's deception. "What will you do now?" Emma asked. "I'm leaving Portland. Moving in with my sister. If the prosecutors want me to testify, I'll tell them everything." Emma nodded. "Then maybe something good can come out of all this." 6 months later, Emma stood in her new apartment, reading the newspaper headline. "Local man sentenced to 5 years for fraud and witness tampering." Adam's photo stared back at her, hollow-eyed, defeated. The trial had been short. His own evidence destroyed him. The jury deliberated less than 3 hours. Richard Steinberg had been disbarred. Prosecutors found he'd helped other clients manipulate conservatorship for profit. Noah dropped by with coffee. "You see Adam's statement to the prison newsletter?" he asked. "Says he's the real victim. That you fooled everyone." Emma laughed softly. "Even in prison, he's rewriting history." Patricia called later that day. "Settlement came through. You'll receive $150,000 in damages." Melissa got a smaller payout. She donated it to a victims fund. "What will you do with it?" Noah asked. "Maybe travel," Emma said. "Prague sounds nice." "Maybe not alone," he said with a smile. She smiled back. "We'll see." Weeks later, her phone rang, Dr. Patterson from Roosevelt Elementary. "Emma, the board approved our new community program on financial literacy and senior protection. We want you to head it." Emma's throat tightened. "I'd love to." That night, she sat on her balcony, watching the Portland skyline glow against the dark. Her phone buzzed, a message from Sophia. "How do you feel, really?" Emma typed back, like the punchline of a very good joke. Because in the end, Adam was right. Their marriage had been a joke. He just never realized he was the punchline.